Hi and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson and we're glad to have you with us. Today, Volusia Here and Now correspondent Joanne Magley will tell us how you can save a bit of green by shopping green at one of our many local farmers markets. Then Joe Sewards, Volusia County's urban horticulture agent, will give us the green thumb up on the 9 principles of Florida-friendly landscaping. And did you know Volusia County libraries have gone high-tech? Director Dave Byron will be in the studio with Volusia County's Library Director, Lucinda Collee, who will tell us about the high-tech innovations that are available at your local library. Those segments, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. The Intracoastal Waterway, a main artery for commercial and pleasure boaters, is about to become a little safer. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers recently began a dredging project to remove sand buildup in the Ponce Inlet Channel.
As a result of Hurricane Sandy that blew up the eastern seaboard of the U.S. last year, a tremendous amount of sand flooded into Ponce de Leon Inlet Channel and the adjacent intercoastal waterways. And the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, in response to that sandbar buildup and that shoaling problems that occurred at the inlet channel, is here in town for the next couple of months to do a maintenance dredging event. And they're going to remove some of that sand from the inlet channel and dispose of it about a mile south of the inlet off the beaches of New Smyrna. And that'll create a dual benefit for the material. Number one, we'll get the inlet channel dredged to its better navigation depth, so it'll improve navigation safety there and lessen those hazardous shoaling and sandbar conditions in Ponce de Leon Inlet. And at the same time, that material will help to nourish the beaches, because once they deposit it right offshore of New Smyrna Beach, about a mile south of the inlet, it'll wash back up onto the beach and serve to re-nourish the beaches in that area.
The shoaling is especially bad in the channels on the north side of the inlet near Disappearing Island and the commercial docks in Ponce Inlet. The sand removal is being conducted by a hopper dredger that is basically an aquatic vacuum cleaner. The dredging project is part of a series of emergency projects being conducted by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to repair sandy-related damages at 7 inlets along the east coast of Florida and inside the Intracoastal Waterway. Other inlets include Port Canaveral and the St. Augustine Inlet. The Ponce Inlet project is expected to continue into late November. Many thanks to all of the volunteers who came out to pick up trash during our Intracoastal Waterway cleanup that was held last Saturday. A record number of citizens and visitors played a key role in preserving Volusia County's beaches and waterways by participating in the recent International Coastal Cleanup. This worldwide annual event, hosted by the Ocean Conservancy, featured many locations along the coast for people interested in helping clean up the beach. Nearly 2,000 volunteers showed up to clean Volusia County beaches and Intracoastal Waterway. Volusia's participation in the cleanup was coordinated by Volusia County's Environmental Management Division.
You know, everyone should be inspired by this event to keep our entire county beautiful every day. You don't have to go to a beach to do a cleanup yourself or to make sure that everything that you are using gets thrown away properly. So, you know, reduce, reuse, recycle, and make sure to get that trash in the proper bin.
60,000 volunteers picked up 10 million pounds of trash during the 2012 International Cleanup, which was sponsored by the Ocean Conservancy. In Volusia County, 1,268 volunteers removed 5,887 pounds of trash. For more than 25 years, the Ocean Conservancy beach cleanup volunteers have collected enough cups, plates, forks, knives, and spoons to host a picnic for 2 million people. Trash threatens ocean wildlife and ecosystems and undermines tourism and economic activity.
Trash on the beach can be really harmful to a variety of wildlife, not just small animals like birds that can get entangled in rope and eat plastics, but also larger animals like bottlenose dolphins and manatees can get entangled in fishing line and rope and even toys. So it's really important for all trash, no matter what it is, to either be put in a recycling bin or in the trash container properly.
Every piece of trash collected is recorded on a tally card. This gives organizers the ability to identify what types of items are not making it into trash cans. For example, food packaging and smoking-related items are always the most numerous items collected from our beaches. Passenger traffic at Daytona Beach International Airport continues on a steady upward climb. The airport recorded a 7% increase in passenger traffic in August compared with August 2012. During the month, 53,518 passengers flew in or out of the county-operated airport compared with 50,047 passengers in August of 2012. For the 12 months ending August 31st, passenger traffic at Daytona Beach International Airport increased 2%, from 586,912 passengers last year to 596,515 passengers this year.
Last month was a 7% increase. We've actually had, out of 46 months, looking back, 42 of those months have been increases. So we've been coming out of the recession very nicely. Delta's doing great, US Airways is doing great. Our load factors are about 90% for the month of August, and we had 5,000 additional seats for the month of August. So we're looking forward to a great year end, probably over 600,000 passengers, and moving forward to 2014, we think it's going to be good as well.
And the traffic increase also is good news for the airport's mainline carriers. Delta Airlines and US Airways reported combined passenger loads of 90% in August, while offering nearly 5,000 additional seats in the market compared with last August. The steady month-over-month passenger traffic increases help the airport to make the case for additional air service. For more information about the Daytona Beach International Airport, you can visit flydaytonafirst.com.
The County Council is committed to building trails because they improve your quality of life. Trails offer exercise, recreation, access to nature, and alternative transportation routes. They also bring families and friends together to enjoy the outdoors. People of all ages and abilities can enjoy our trails in Volusia County. Whether you're a walker, jogger, inline skater, or bicyclist, we have a trail for you. To learn more about Volusia County's trails, visit volusia.org/trails.
And now let's join Volusia Here and Now reporter Joanne Magley as she takes us to one of our many local farmers markets.
Well, this is our family farm. My grandparents and my parents have been farming since the early 1900s, and we have a 40-acre vegetable farm in Samsula, Florida. Don't forget your bag here.
Michael Thomason of Thomason Farms is a popular vendor at the Ormond Beach Farmers Market.
Our business is good. We have a little bit of a following because everybody knows who we are. My dad's kind of famous for his bare feet. He never wears shoes to the markets, and so he's known as the barefoot farmer.
And the Thomason family is also famous for their fresh produce harvested the night before market day.
They can tell right away that it's fresh. I mean, they can see the difference between our product and many others because, you know, when you look at something that's fresh and you know it hasn't been sitting in the cooler for 2 weeks or shipped across the country, they recognize right away that it's local and fresh, so they appreciate that.
Farmers markets are gaining in popularity. There are 8 covering all areas of Volusia County, from DeLand to Daytona Beach, Oak Hill to Ormond Beach. Maggie Sachs, Executive Director of Ormond Beach Main Street, which runs that city's farmers market, says not only will you save money when shopping at a farmer's market, you'll be contributing to the greening of Volusia County.
Because it's locally grown, you're not using fossil fuels to drive it across the country or bring it in from a foreign country. So you're not using the fossil fuels to bring it here. Our farms are within a 50-mile radius, some are only 5 miles away.
When you shop at your local farmer's market, you're not only getting fresh picked organic produce and other goods, but you're also helping to support local businesses.
Buying directly from family farmers helps keep them in business. produce and other agricultural goods sold at farmers markets are less expensive than if purchased elsewhere and usually fresher, tastier, and more nutritious. Markets often feature seafood freshly caught in local waters, locally made jams and jellies, and a wide variety of other edible or agricultural goods like organic pet treats or even beautiful orchids.
Collee is the orchid lady. She sells orchids, grows her own orchids and sells them here at the market.
And you're encouraged to come to the market hungry. Most have vendors who offer fresh cooked food and other refreshments. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Joanne Magley.
Let's join Joe Sewards, Volusia County's Extension Agent, for some friendly Florida gardening tips.
Hi, my name's Joe Sewards. I'm the University of Florida Volusia County Extension Urban Horticulture Agent, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Florida-friendly landscaping and what that means to the state of Florida and to you as a homeowner. The Florida-friendly landscaping program is comprised of 9 principles, and I'd like to talk a little bit about what those are. The first principle is right plant, right place, arguably the most important principle of the Florida-friendly landscape program. Putting the right plant in the right place means you're putting a plant in a situation where it will do well. That in and of itself will solve many common landscape problems like how much to water, how much fertilizer it takes, how much pruning you're going to have to do, and general maintenance as well. There are 8 other principles of Florida-friendly landscaping. Providing for wildlife can be an important thing. If you provide a landscape that will be hospitable to butterflies and birds, etc., by definition, you're creating a more Florida-friendly landscape, one that is also more charismatic and interesting. Watering efficiently. New plants need water, but as plants grow and become established, their needs for supplemental water are decreased. So we like to teach people how they can water efficiently in the landscape. That saves not only money, but it also helps create a healthier landscape by avoiding many common diseases associated with overwatering. Fertilizing appropriately, learning when plants need fertilizer, which fertilizers they need. Rather than guesswork, we will show you how to determine what your plants need exactly in terms of fertilizer for their long-term health. Another important aspect of Florida-friendly landscaping is mulching. Mulching, as it says, moderates soil temperature, it helps reduce weeds, it also helps create an organic situation for the plants to grow in. As the mulch decomposes, that organic matter will infiltrate into the soil, create a healthier growing environment for the plants. Mulching is very important. Recycling can be as simple as returning grass clippings when you mow. You can also pick up yard trash, and rather than putting it on the curb, use it as mulch in your landscape. Put it under bushes. If you don't like the look of it, you can simply cover it with a thin layer of some mulch that you do like and create an organic situation for your plants to grow in that will be time-saving, work-saving, and money-saving. Reducing stormwater runoff can be as simple as putting in a rain barrel to catch some of the rainfall off of your roof, cisterns, creating a rain garden to collect water if you have a low area in your property. Rather than filling that in, use that to your advantage to collect rainwater when it does rain and simply choose plants that will thrive in that type of environment. Protecting the waterfront is everybody's job in the state of Florida. We have 18 million people in this state. 75% of that population lives within 30 miles of the ocean. No one in Florida lives more than 60 miles from the ocean. So protecting the waterfront is everybody's job in this state, and it can be as simple as creating a no-maintenance zone between your yard and the body of water on which you live. Keeping fertilizer out of the water. If you fertilize, keep fertilizer at least 3 to 10 feet away from the water so that when it does rain, that's not washed into the water, polluting our waterways. So those are the 9 principles of Florida-friendly landscaping. And if you want to learn more about that, you can always call the Extension office. You can come to the Extension office. We have tons of information on Florida-friendly landscaping and what everybody in this state can do to help protect Florida's unique natural environment.
To learn more about this or any other subjects related to horticulture, contact Joe Sewards at 386-822-5778, or you can visit the Volusia County Extension website at volusia.org/extension. Time now to head into the studio to join Community Information Director Dave Byron and his guest, Director for Volusia County Libraries, Lucinda Collee.
Well, thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. Technology plays a very large role in the county's delivery of library services. With smartphones, tablets, and electronic devices so common today, access to the county's libraries is virtually at the fingertips of library patrons. And in response to the changes in the way people communicate today, the Volusia County Library System is seeking to stay ahead of the rapidly changing world of technology. We'll be talking about library technology today and the other things going on in our library system with our studio guest, County Library Director, Lucinda Collee. Lucinda, how you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
And one of the things that always just amazes me, Lucinda, is the fact that really your responsibility in the library system is to stay on top of or ahead of the rapid changes in technology. And I don't know how you guys do it because it changes so fast.
Yeah, it does change fast, and we do try, and you know, we're all the time trying to move forward, trying to keep going forward. We have a few things that we wish we were further ahead on, but overall, as far as our patrons and their access to information, we're very pleased with where we're at right now.
Let's talk about overall library use before we get into some of the technology that's available in the libraries. You know, I don't think we ever anticipated, never having gone through a downturn in the economy the way we've gone through in the last 4, 5, 6 years. I don't think we ever anticipated what the impact would be on local government services, but lo and behold, a number of services during the downturn, including the libraries, experienced pretty significant growth. And I guess that's because people stayed at home and looked for economical ways to get their materials and their entertainment.
Well, absolutely. You know, about 2007, 2008, and then for several years forward, we saw great increases in our circulation numbers for those physical items that were being checked out, books in print format and DVDs. You know, people were turning to the library instead of buying their materials, and that has stayed very steady. We haven't seen a decrease in that, but what's exploded now, probably in the last 3 years and moving forward, is those that are checking out from our virtual resources. You know, now tablet computers are fairly inexpensive, even laptops. And so people are checking out, or they have their smartphones, so they're checking out the e-resources. And those are a lot of new or returning library card holders to check out electronic books, audio books, music, electronically.
You know, how many, I was curious as to how many actual people in Volusia County have a library card and what your overall use statistics is. I know it's in the millions.
Yeah, we have over 357,000 registered library card holders in Volusia County. And you can compare that to back in 2003, we had about 222,000. So we've seen a great increase. Now, not all of those are active card users, but the great majority of them are.
And the overall circulation is what, over 4 million?
Yeah, it's, we're on track for about 4.3 million physical items that will go out of the library. That doesn't include all those items that get checked out with the virtual resources. And our virtual resources, or access to our networked services, we'll see about 4.2 million sessions come in through our website.
Staggering. Lucinda, let's talk about some of the electronic services that are available. You know, you have thousands of books, movies. You don't have to go to the library anymore physically to access these items. Let's start with some of the electronic services that are available so people know.
Okay, well, yes, in our online resources are available 24/7, which is very appealing to a lot of our patrons. And we do offer electronic downloadable books, the e-books. We have audiobooks that can be downloaded to listen to, on your computer, in your car, while you're out walking. We have downloadable music, and we have downloadable magazines now. And October 1st, we'll have streaming video, movies, and television available to our patrons.
And that's available with a library card?
Yep, they have to have a library card in good standing, and they have to have a PIN. And that's always important. If they don't remember their PIN that they received when they got their library card, they just need to stop in at one of the branches and they'll tell them what their PIN is, or they'll re-register them with a PIN.
So let's say there's a person that has a library card but they've never accessed an ebook before. Walk us through the process of how they do that from their computer.
Well, they can do it from their computer
or tablet.
They just go to volusialibrary.org, and we have a tab across the right-hand side that says if they want an ebook, it says ebooks. They click on it,
right,
and then it brings up the 3 different programs that we have available, because we have 3 different vendors that we buy ebooks from. And they click on one of those, they type in their library card number and their PIN code, and they select the books that they want. Now, it might be checked out, so they might have to reserve the items, but if it's available, they check it out, and they decide if they want it for 7 days or 14 days. And when they're finished reading, they can return it early. If they don't return it early, then when their due date comes up, it disappears from their device. So there's no late fees.
And you have this music service, which a lot of people like to download songs, and you have some very popular music that's available that you can download into your device.
Yeah, absolutely. We have something that's called Freegal Music, and the service offers music from, it's about 10,000 different music vendors. It has the entire Sony catalog, current and past, and it's about 100 different genres.
Wow.
And our patrons with their library card can check out 3 songs a week. They're just getting ready. They're going to add streaming music as well, where you'll be able to stream for up to 3 hours per day with your library card. Create playlists, which is what a lot of the young people like to do. So when they're doing their homework, or anyone sitting in their office listens to music, they can have their playlist, and it will save that for them each time.
As the world of technology continues to evolve and change, and more people get wired up and plugged in and that sort of thing, the library system itself has had to tailor its services to helping people learn how to use these devices. And I know you do a number of different things to help people. You get that new Kindle or whatever, and they don't know how to use it. You go to the library and you have classes. Yeah,
we do have classes. Last year we provided computer instruction in general to over 146,000 residents. With the new devices, someone gives their mother an iPad and they want to download from the library. There are several options for that patron to learn how to use that device. They can take a class, a group class. They can call several of the libraries, take reservations for a one-on-one session to help you learn how to use your device. We have some computer labs where it's hands-on, and small group computer classes. Or just come into the reference desk and ask one of the reference librarians to help you.
And one of the interesting things, Lucinda, about the county library system is as you completed your strategic plan, your 5-year strategic plan, one of your major platforms, one of your major goals is economic development. The library system tying in with the county's overall economic development, business development objectives. For those people that aren't familiar with the library system, that might seem a little curious.
Yes.
Give us the rationale behind that.
Well, we have a lot of resources available, and for those in our community who are innovators, who are wanting to start a small business, have a small business, maybe it's a home business.
Right.
The library is a very approachable resource for them to come in, to work with our reference librarians. We do a lot of one-on-one training to teach them how to use the database, to access information. Maybe they're writing a business plan and they're looking for information, or they're thinking about putting a restaurant in a certain location. We have that information available. What's been there before, what's been successful. What are the demographics? What are the the social demographics of that area, and would their business potentially be successful? But we also do, the computer training, I think, is part of economic development, in helping our residents who are seeking jobs get the technology skills that they need to work in the workforce in our community.
You know, what's the county's philosophy on programs? Because today's libraries are very eclectic places. They're very active places. They're not the quiet places anymore.
No, I think that we look at it as our libraries are a community gathering place in most of, if not all of our communities. And so we offer a wide range of programs, from educational, recreational, entertainment, and cultural.
Right.
And so we just believe that the more people that come in for programs, they see the library in a different way, or they haven't been to the library, they see the resources we have to offer, and they become, a lot of them, you know, whole library users. And this summer we had over 14,000 children attend our summer library programs. We're on track for more than 150,000 people to attend adult programs throughout the library. Our Daytona Friends of the Library group just bought a baby grand piano for the library.
Awesome.
And they have plans for music programs almost every month.
Wow.
Our movie programs, we show movies, very popular. So it's
And we make
great.
no apology for the kids, huh?
We don't. I do get complaints sometimes, especially teenagers in the afternoon, the teens and tweens at a couple locations, and I always say I'm not going to apologize that the kids are in the library in the afternoons.
You know, hey, you know, I think anyone would agree you'd rather have a young person in a library with a positive structure and exposure to all of that knowledge as opposed to being out on the street, huh?
Absolutely, and we know they're going to socialize. They've been in school all day, but it's a safe environment, and it's a safe place for them, and we welcome them.
Well, Lucinda, for people that may want to get a library card, or perhaps they want to get more information, how do they do that?
Well, if they go to our website, volusialibrary.org, and they want to know where their closest branch is, there's a tab at the top. They click on branches, and it'll show them a list of our branches with their phone numbers and their hours of operation. So they can give us a call, they can stop in, we'll be happy to help them.
6 regionals?
We have 6 regional libraries.
And
7 community libraries.
Lucinda, thank you for sharing the information with us. You guys are doing a great job out there.
Thank you.
Our guest today is Lucinda Collee. She's the Volusia County Library Director. And with that, we'll go back to you, Amber.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. You can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. In fact, starting October 3rd at 1 p.m., DeBerry Hall will host a gardening series, which is at 198 Sunrise Boulevard in DeLand. For more information on that and any other upcoming events at DeBerry Hall, you can go to deberryhall.com. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today, Volusia County Government's weekly radio program. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a wonderful evening.